Hey gang, today we're going to do our last lesson of the year, and if you've picked up your portfolios, you should have these supplies in your portfolio. If you haven't, then you can improvise, not compromise, compromise and improvise. But anyway, we're gonna do this. This is not finished, but this is like in stages, but we're going to do this goldfish in a pond with some lilies, and we are doing it with oil pastels. So I'm going to give you the quick lesson, and then we can discuss. So I guess you can modify as needed if you don't have your oil pastels yet, or you can just wait to do it later if you don't have your oil pastels yet, because you'll have them. So anyway, what I was going to show you is I started with gray, so it's easier for you to see. You could potentially do it on black. You could do it on white. I think I put a tan piece of paper in there for y'all, and maybe black, maybe gray. I can't. It's been a while. So if you've got oil pastels, they're probably in a baggie in your portfolio. If you don't, you can use whichever ones you got. But we're going to get started, and I do want you to grab a pencil because we're going to start with pencil, and then we're going to move on. So it's not hard. These are not hard shapes. This will mess with your brain. Don't get over crazy about that. So we're going to, here, I'll put it right here even. So I'm going to start, I've got my picture of landscape, and I'm going to start with this goldfish or betta fish or whatever. I probably should draw darker so y'all can see it. Oh, okay. I'm going to do it with pen. I say that. Don't do this at home. I think that's messed up. Does this work? Nope. Sharpie it is. Okay, don't do this in Sharpie. I'm only doing this in Sharpie so that you can see what I am doing, okay? So about right in this area, you're going to just draw an oval, kind of an elongated oval. Simple. And let's put an eye right there. Doesn't have to be big. You're doing it in pencil. If you mess up, you can erase it, okay? Now, it's kind of turned sideways, so its other eye's over here hidden. It's actually drawn kind of strange, but I like it. There's an upper fin, got a lower fin, another lower fin, and then this is like I swim with that fin, okay? And then a tail, you're doing it in pencil. Part of it's gonna go up and kind of whoop, whoop, and part of it's gonna go down and kind of swoopy. So do you see where it's just real, he's kind of swimming. It's one of those with those split tail kind of situations. And if yours looks different, that's totally fine. Then I'm going to draw we're going to draw a big circle. We've had number 1. We're going to do one up here with a break in it. We've had number 2. So you see where I'm going? Let's do a circle in the middle of that and kind of go cut it in pizza slices, almost like a beach ball. We'll fill that in a minute. Let's do another one. Okay, you're not doing it in Sharpie, but this is what I've got so far. And then there's like a water lily right here. If you just kind of want to do a center, and then this works really well when you're doing it with the white because you can smear it and then go back in gray and add some detail, but just some guy floating here. Okay, so there is your simple sketch drawing. All right, and here is where we've gotten sort of so far. So I'm going to turn back over, and believe it or not, well, I'll just use this so you can see. It's going to be confusing because of this black, but we will go with it. All right, so find your darkest orange or even red if you can. Mine is tiny. And you're going to go along the top edge of this goldfish. Add a little bit, just a couple of lines into his little fin up there. And then maybe just a few lines right there. Okay. Then the next color. I've got actually two different colors of orange. So I'm going to start with my next darkest one. And I'm going to come a little more down into the fish. A little bit more on that. Add some just simple color in these front fins. And the tail is mostly white, but I'm going to do some stripy things down the tail. Can you see that? Can you? Yeah. All right. Let's put a little bit under here. Okay. And then I'm going to go with my lightest orange. And I'm going to kind of try to, you know what? I think we're going to do the yellow now. Yellow and the white. Just add a little bit of that color. Okay, now I'm coming back with a light yellow. And I'm going to go over those, kind of blend them down. He looks like fire. We're going to get white in a minute, and it's going to all make sense. And yours might look really different if you're working on white paper with oil pastels. But, okay, so far I've got this, and then I'm going to take this white, and I'm going to start with the tail. So I'm going to go think about like how the fins, I mean, you know, they're what are they called? Fins, tails, what are they called? Fins, yeah, fins. They're fins, no? Tails, they're flippers. So did you see how I kind of went in the direction that I would draw them? Then add a little bit here. And if you end up with too much white, you don't really, the tail wants to be white, and some of these parts of the fins, they're fish fins, want to kind of be white, but you do want some cool orangey colors and such, and you can always use your finger to smear. Always a good choice. Now I feel like I've lost a lot of the color back up in the top part of the fish. So, you know, go back and forth, then back and forth. Let me get my darkest, where's my red? Where'd my red go? Here it is. So I'm going to add just a little flake. You want a lot of blended parts and not a ton of white. So this is what I did without the pen. This is what I did with the pen. And actually neither one's bad. And then you're going to take your black. Once you're happy with this and the way it's blended, take your black and just go dot inside that eye. Give that eye a light. He'll be like his black eye. Okay, now we're going to move to the lily pads, okay? So I want you to find your darkest green. Even a green-blue color would be fine. And probably you're going to need at least 3 colors of blue. So I'm going to, green, sorry. I'm going to go trace over. Now yours are pencil, but mine are not. Mine are Sharpie. So I'm going to trace over the lines, original lines in green. I'm just going to do one so that you have time. We have time to talk about it. And then I'm going to add some of the darker green. Some strokes along the edge. Is this wiggling? Sorry. Okay, and then I'm going to either get a super light green or yellow. It depends. It all just depends on the color you're using. Let's try the light green. And as you color it, pull those outer side, like the things I outlined it in, and those lines into the middle, just gives it movement. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't decide if I like that yellow. I might like it. If things aren't blending like you want them, you can always use your finger. I love a little pastel. Some people hate them. I like them. They're messy, but they're so fun to use. Okay, so there's a lily pad. We'll tweak it as needed. Then we're going to go to our water lily. Find your white. Now, always check it to make sure it's kind of clean prior to using it, because these tend to get kind of dirty. And if you've used it a second ago and had something on it, you'll be hard pressed to get it out. So I'm going over the white parts first and just adding white. It's a big white. Flower, except for the center. And if you're on white paper, you still need to add some of this color, but you might start with like a gray outline. I've sort of already got a gray outline because my paper's gray. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to do some yellow. Let's try to get yellow spiky center and then maybe darker yellow. Then I think I'm going to go dark green and add, I don't know, maybe not. I'm going to get my gray and I'm going to go around those petals now that I've got them in white. Or just think lights and darks where it would be shadowed. It'll really pop once we add the blue in the background. This is very juvenile right there, but it gives you your basic idea. You can tweak with that flower for a while. And then I want you to find a dark blue, one of your darker blue colors, and you're going to, you can always add more than one, but you're going to go around the outlines of these, the lilies and the flower. You can kind of, I like it on its side, but you can also use it like this, and you can add more than one color blue. So like I'm kind of getting a, let's see what we're going to do around. I'm kind of getting a, like I'm kind of outlining it with a point and then turning it on its side to go around. Let's see what happens when I add some other colors. See, I really already love how it's contrasting with all my colors that are in the fish, and the flower. I love oil pastels because they're so fast and efficient, but yet you can go back and take lots of time on that flower to make it look more realistic. You can Google water lilies, look at those there. Okay, so if I did that, let's see, do I have any other blues that I want to add? Like this is a different one. You just kind of go over it and it gives it, helps blend it out. You could even, I wonder what happened if I went over it black. I don't know. Oh, that should be blue in there too. Burr, burr, burr. So you see where we're going. This is going to be your finished product. Now, I am fine with you using some artistic license and doing things. Actually, the Sharpie wasn't bad. I covered most of it. So do this how you think, and we can talk about it. If you have any questions, let me know. And it's just been a super fun year. Ended weird, but hey, we did it. So talk to you soon. Bye.